That's how my mind is wired. How much of that should we really trust? There are a few things we should think about. First, and this is a bit of heresy, even if the story is true, so what? Here's something that we don't think about often enough. Rare events do happen. In the US, about 2 million people are diagnosed with cancer every single year. Out of those, maybe 25 to 30 people, that's about 1 out of 80,000, will have their cancer spontaneously vanish on its own with no treatment whatsoever. It's what we call a spontaneous remission. So yes, sometimes someone really does have their cancer just miraculously disappear. And do you want to bet your life on a 1 in 80,000 chance, or on something that we've proven helps people survive 80% of the time? Those are very different numbers. 2, one-on-one comparisons, they don't mean very much. Every cancer is different, really different. 2 people, brother and sister, can have the exact same type of cancer, but when you zoom in on their tumor cells, the genetic mutations might be totally different. Sometimes there are thousands of variations inside of one tumor. That means comparing your treatment journey to anyone else's is basically comparing apples to sardines. So when someone quits chemo after a couple of rounds, a few weeks, a couple of months, and they switch to an alternative treatment, and then their scans start improving, it's probably actually because the chemo is finally working, not because of the new thing that they started. It can take up to 4 months. I've been off chemo for a year and my cancer hasn't come back. That sounds amazing, and a year is nowhere near the full story. Cancer can take years to grow back, especially if you had surgery to cut out the major tumors. Studies show that during the first 2 to 3 years, survival rates for people using standard therapy versus alternative therapy might look identical. But by year 5, year 7, the death rate can double in the alternative therapy group, often because they skipped or delayed proven treatment. So those glowing "I'm fine after 1 year" stories might not look so good 5 years down the road. You have to factor that in. We really want the best for you, and this is what the data shows across many people, across many situations. So here, number 6, survivorship bias. This is the hidden filter, and here's where it all really comes together. There's a story from World War II when bombers were coming back in, and they were riddled with bullet holes everywhere, and the plan was to reinforce the areas that had the most hits. But then a statistician named Abraham Wald realized that the planes that made it back were actually the winners. And the best places to reinforce were where the bullet holes were missing in the planes that came back, like the cockpit and the engines.